Good morning, Bishop. Good morning, annual conference. If nothing else, I'm the cue that they can now go start to get ready for the skit. So I'm the stall while they prepare. The Diakonos is a program that has been going on now. This is the 9th class of students that have been here as part of this learning and spiritual development that was created back in 2008. After that annual conference, Bishop Palmer and Bob Burkhart asked me if I would consider taking over the Pages direction because the DeGeeses were going to be retiring in 2009. So I shadowed them in 2009 and agreed to take on that program, and then realized that we had some major changes that were going to happen. We said goodbye to Hilton Coliseum and the whole layout there. We said goodbye to being a paper system and went mostly paperless. And we went from staying in the towers at Hilton Coliseum across the road to living at Grandview and a 15-minute bus ride back and forth. So it was an interesting first year. The picture that is on the screen right now was class number 1. And I want to let you know that that class has gone on to do some amazing things. I can't take the time to tell you all the things that all of them have done. Next year, when we celebrate the 10th anniversary, we'll do that a little bit more. But in that class, we have at least 2 seminary students. We have a United States Marine. We have a funeral director. We have a lawyer. We have those that are working to bring about peace and justice around the world. They are doing great and amazing things from that point forward. The Diakonos was created based on the scripture of Mark 9:35 that tells us that Jesus sat down, called the 12, and said to them, "Whoever wants to be first must be last of all, and servants, diakonos, of all." The definition of a diakonos is someone who executes the commands of another, a bishop, a director, a minister. And that's what each of these youth have been doing. Each of them are required to write an essay as to why they want to be here, to fill out an application, to get a letter of recommendation from their pastor, and to be willing to give the 3 or 4 days of annual conference to set up, participate, and then tear down. They're the first to arrive. They're some of the last to leave. But I want you to hear what some of them have wrote, some of these youth, about why they wanted to be here. One of them said, "I feel that attending conference would give me a first-hand view of the inner workings of the United Methodist Church, our beliefs and practices, and how we work together for the well-being and progression of our church. Performing the role of a diakonos is a natural step for me in my faith walk." Another one wrote, "I've been to annual conference since I was little because my mom's a pastor and she brought me. The diakonos always looked like they were having a blast helping out. It seems to me a lot of times people look very bored or confused. The diakonos cheer them up and help them get into the mood." Another one wrote, "I served at the annual conference as a diakonos last year. A few things I liked about being a diakonos is the feeling of being a family with my fellow diakonos and the way that we help the people attending the conference. I also love the people that attended the conference. They would return the favor by helping us. They would point us to the right table if we were getting mixed up. And sometimes they even put candy out for us." Another one said that she believed that her faith walk has led her to the point that she wanted to be surrounded by other Christians and to serve as a diakonos. She said, "I want to become a diakonos because I want to help people who want to make a difference in the world and in the church. I have heard from veteran diakonos that they have seen a change in the way that they view the world from this experience. And I believe that this experience will help me share my love of Jesus and help me see the amazing things that Jesus has created." Another said, I would be interested in serving as a diakonos this year because I want to be able to experience the Iowa Annual Conference as a working hand of Jesus. I think that at my age, it is time to start thinking about ways to take leadership in the church. I feel that this position would be beneficial in achieving that and also helping me to talk and work with others. And then finally, this last year has been tough. Last December, I lost one of my favorites. Memorial Committee last night, we remembered Hunter, a bright and shining star in the Diakonos program, in leadership, in fellowship, part of the family. Last year, his sister Reba was here for the first time. And to show you what kind of a family we are, I want you to hear what she wrote this year when she applied to come back with all of this. She said, last year I was surprised by the size of the Iowa Conference and learned a lot about how the church functions. I want to learn more about the church and have fun while working. My faith is the only thing that kept me fighting cancer after my brother died. I believe in God and know that He is with me even when I can't see or feel Him. I have helped my mom with youth group and kids club for years. I also run the PowerPoint for our 2 church services. I tend to be kind of quiet and like to serve behind the scenes with kids, but believe serving God is one of the most important things in my life. Her faith walk has helped her, along with another diakonos, Ashley. The 2 of them have remained friends and talk on a daily basis. And throughout all that she has gone through this last year, Ashley was a true friend. And she looks forward to meeting other friends this year. I also believe that through this experience, through this annual conference, through this time that she spends with this new family of diakonos and you as members, she says that this experience, my faith, will be used as a testimony to us. She has summed up exactly what Bob and I talked about and what we wanted nearly 10 years ago. And so now on that serious note, we're going to officially, I'll bring it, Bishop, you can stay down there. The bishop always becomes an official diakonos at the last day, so she will get her t-shirt to wear when she's running and hopefully golfing. And Gary, I wanted to let you know that if you want to get to know all of these people better, I have a job as a chaperone. Your job qualifications of taking care of the bishop are exactly what I need to take care of all of them. So see me afterwards and we'll arrange that. But at this time, it's a time for them to give their annual report of what they've done and been.
Jesus loves the Diakonos at the annual conference.
This is DNNA, Diakono News Network.
My name's Mary.
I'm Ann.
And I'm Joseph. Recently, a diakonos was rushed to the hospital because of a severe paper cut.
I just was playing hangman too hard.
A bunch of legislation that I really don't understand was passed.
Breaking news, Diakonos blood sugar levels are low. At any time, please bring candy to John at table 316. This just in, Mike Wazowski has through one of the doors hanging on the stage and is loose in the conference. If you see him, please report him to security. Breaking news, the Wi-Fi is down. I repeat, the Wi-Fi is down. So people has to find some new way to entertain themselves.
Difference, we can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Now over to Paige, where she's going to interview one of you. Over at microphone 1.
How has conference been so far?
Oh, it's been outstanding.
What's your favorite part been?
Probably all the worship services and the music.
What is something that you want to take back to your church from this weekend?
Probably all the mission opportunities, how to reach out into the community.
Okay, now to the important stuff, the Diakonos this year. What do you think about their awesome work this weekend?
You guys rock.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like her.
Fantastic. Now to you, Blake, with the weather.
The weather today is cold somewhat in here. Outside, if you want to know the weather, just look out a window or all of these doors.
Thanks, I guess.
Let's go to the Diakonos training camp. Everyone.
It's an all too familiar sight, but this time there's high anxiety. Why? Staff Sergeant Albert. Here we see the Diakonos in rigorous, non-stop training to prepare for the receiving and delivering of notes. To pass notes throughout the full conference, the Diakonos need to maintain a high level of stamina.
Albert, what do you have these kids doing?
We gotta get these maggots saved.
To keep the Diakonos on their toes, Staff Sergeant Albert mandates the Diakonos do a push-up every time they hear the word action calendar.
Action calendar!
But is he the best influence on these young adults?
I'm Field Reporter Joe. We're back with Staff Sergeant Albert. Now, Albert, when you're training the Diakonos recruits, you seem to yell at them a lot and put them through pretty rigorous exercises. Do you think they like you?
Yes, they love me.
Let's see what the recruits have to say.
He is the worst person I've ever met in my entire life.
He hasn't really let me eat, but yeah, I'm hungry.
It's the worst part of the whole conference.
I'm actually scared of Albert.
Despite all the intense activities mandated by Albert, the Diakonos are still alive and well with minor injuries. However, there are high levels of annoyance.
Now to commercial.
Hey Gabriel, what's annual conference?
Annual conference is a place where people go to knit, fall asleep, and color.
Thanks.
Where's a good place to eat?
Anywhere other than the Iowa Annual Conference.
Thank you.
Hey Gabriel, why is there not enough paper at my table?
Because Steve said so.
Hey Gabriel, what's wrong with my voting pad?
I have no idea, but do not ask a Diakonos.
Hey, Gabriel, where's Simon?
I don't know. Who is Simon?
Where is table 292?
That table does not exist.
Hey, Gabriel, where in the world is Pastor Steve?
He is somewhere.
Now we're going to sports. Sports!
Guys, excuse me.
Welcome to sports. Welcome to sports. Let's jump right into this past weekend's activities.
Last Friday evening, the Rubik's Cube Championship was held at the dorms this year.
That's right, Jacob. Let's enjoy the final match of our first ever championship with our field reporter, Joe.
I'm field reporter Joe. We're at the Rubik's Cube Championship Finals. Here we have our two finalists, Nathan and Dylan. We're gonna start the final competition in a couple seconds. You boys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, on your marks, get set, go. It's such a nerd.
Back to you in the studio.
Back to you in the studio.
What a surprising turn of events. The 1 seed and returning champ taken down by my fellow colleague, Nathan, who has never touched a Rubik's Cube in his life.
Thank you, Jacob. It was quite a fascinating experience, and I'm honored to wear the belt.
In other and more exciting news, the Diakonos Basketball Championship came to a close this past Saturday night with the amazing moments we'd like to share with you.
In fact, I actually participated in this as well, but I think my highlights come a little bit later. Once again, we join our field reporter, Joe, who attended the exhilarating game, and I hear he has an interesting story on our breakout player, Jalen Morrow.
Thanks, Nathan. I'm here at the annual Diakonos Basketball Association Championship game. I've pulled aside Jalen Morrow here to ask him a couple questions. Now, Jalen, what do you think makes you one of the most important players in this league?
I mean, look at me. I have God-given talent, obviously. I'm beautiful. And I have great mechanics, and I've been playing since I was 2. I was 2, okay? I am great at this game. I'm like the Michael Jordan of this.
All right, well, good luck out there, Jalen.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, if Jalen makes one more air ball, he will hold the record of the worst basketball player in the history of the Diakonos Basketball Association. Let's get back to the game. We're live at the annual Diakonos Basketball Association Championship game. Here we've got Jalen Morrow, least valuable player of the association. Dribbling up. He seems to be faking. He goes for it. Jalen Morrow has just broke the record for worst basketball player in the history of the Diakonos Basketball Association. This is incredible.
After that amazing yet disappointing accomplishment by Jalen, I say we take a look at the top 3 plays.
Coming in at number 3, we have a video sent in from some pranksters at Grandview College. We decided to give Jacob Rushing a bit of a surprise. Listen to the anguish.
Let's move on. Coming in at number 2, we have a clip from the second quarter of the basketball championship. My partner, Nathan, has some saucy moves against the breakout player, Jalen Morrow.
Oh my goodness.
Give me a second.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Listen to those screaming fans.
Now for our top play of the week.
We see one well-known smooth operator putting a spectacle.
Bishop Lori Haller throws on these shades as if she owns the place.
I wish I had a pair of shades like that, but mine broke like 5 minutes ago.
I'm sure we can fix those, but Jalen Morrow's ankles are going to be shattered for a very long time.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in to our sportscast. Back to you, Ann.